you start in second, and as soon as you take off, you gotta throw the shifter into drive. It felt pretty quick. Whoa, there we go. Now we're cooking. One of the lowest 60 foots, even spinning. Good morning. We're gonna do something fun today in this video. I don't know if a lot of people know, but the 10-speed in these newer Mustangs, you can actually launch them in second gear. And while I've tried this a time or two before, I've never actually legitimately tried to launch this car in second gear. So in this video, in my quest to get under 5 seconds 0 to 60 in this car, we're going to try to launch the car in second gear and see how far we get. But to give myself the best possible chance of doing so, I'm actually going to lower the rear tire pressure to probably about 26 psi. I think that's a good place to be, because once the car warms up, it's going to jump up a little bit. So 26 cold should put us around 30 warm. Honestly, it should be lower than that. Should aim around 28 warm, but we're gonna try this. I mean, it's gonna be a lot better than 36 or so when they're warm. So, and honestly, since these Pirellis have worn down, they've actually become a little bit more grippier, believe it or not, but not by much. Now, the only other thing that might hurt traction in my attempts here is the fact that the car hardly has any gas in it. It has just under a quarter tank of gas. And one thing I'm gonna note before I start doing these tests, I'm gonna kind of do some just practice launches just to see how the car hooks up. I'm gonna perform all the tests in drag strip mode, traction control completely off, StabiliTrak, all of that completely off. I don't have anything interfering with power. I'm gonna try to launch the car, and if I have to pedal it, I will, but the whole goal here is, you know, I'm gonna have to drive the car, not let the car drive itself. I think that's the best way to go about this. The other thing is, when I time these tests, instead of using the 0 to 60 acceleration timer, I'm actually going to use the 1/8 mile timer. The reason for that is I'm pretty sure that when you do the 0 to 60, the car doesn't calculate 60-foot data. It may, I don't know if it does. So, but I know if you do the 1/4 mile runs and or if the 1/8 mile runs, it will calculate 60-foot data. And that is that's stuff I want to know. And I don't think if you do the 0 to 60 test, I think the only thing it gives you is the time for 0 to 60. It doesn't give you your 60-foot data. So I'm going to perform the test doing 1/8 mile runs. Obviously, I'm not going to run the car out the whole 1/8 mile, just to 60, coast the rest of the way. By the time I accelerate and slow down, it should be about 1/8 mile anyway. So it should work out. And that way I can see my 60-foot data if the car is actually accelerating faster or not. Obviously 0 to 60 is still good data, but I really want to know about 60-foot. So that's kind of the whole goal here. All right, I'm just double checking my tire pressures. They look a little uneven. I'm gonna get these evened up a little bit. That way we have the best possible traction. Then I'm gonna get on the road, get to where I need to go to start doing these, and we'll start seeing what I can do by launching this thing in second gear. All right, so I'm just about there. Ooh, hey, none of that. Little fuel warning, don't remind me. Anyway, I'm almost where I need to be. A couple more disclaimers. First of all, my main goal of all of this is to beat the fastest 0 to 60 time of 5.3 seconds. That's the fastest I've ever been able to manage in this car. So far, with factory worn tires and all that good stuff. So the goal is to end up beating that. I'm still gonna run the car with the AC on because it's hot. By hot, it's 91 degrees. Intake temps at the filter 93, and the road's hot. So that's either hurt or help with traction. And it's definitely not going to help with power, but we're not doing 1/4 mile runs, so I'm not super concerned. If we're doing 1/4 mile, I would, be like, okay, this is just a waste of gas. But since we're just going after 0 to 60 times, I don't think that's really going to be much of a problem. Okay. See what we got here. Okay, well, that was great for warming the tires up because all it did was spin, but I forgot to shift. So when you use this method, I forgot because I haven't done it in a while. You start in second, and as soon as you take off, you got to throw the shifter into drive, so then it automatically shifts. It's like a 10-speed thing. I'm not used to doing it, but this is like one of the secret ways to launch a 10-speed car. So I totally goofed there. At least I got some heat in the tires, so that's good, I guess. Like it started hooking up fine, and then it started spinning once RPMs got around 4,000 or so, but it wasn't that bad. It's definitely spun a lot worse. So we actually might have a chance here. So, all right, remember to shift. Dumbass. There, second gear. Put my foot on the brake, bring some RPMs up. No, all I did was spin. I left some pretty sweet tracks back there. That's all. It just straight up spun, was keeping the pedal that it pinned like that. Actually, I'm curious to know what the data was on that run. Yeah, I didn't mean to spin like that. Let's see, view times, acceleration timer. Actually, that was faster. 0 to 60, 5.2 seconds. 60 foot, 2.2. That was actually one of the lowest 60 foots, even spinning. I've gotten this car the last time when I got that 5.30 to 60, my 60 foot was like 2.8 or some shit like that. So now it's 2.2 60 foot with a 5.20 to 60. Hot damn, we're on to something here, guys. If I can just keep the car from spinning, we definitely can get this under 5 seconds, 0 to 60, and should be able to get the 60 foot under 2 seconds. I know the car's capable of doing it. It's got the power. It just does not have the traction. But I think we might be able to do this with the stock Pirellis. All right. I botched the launch. Well, let's see if I can do that again before traffic comes. I still spun because I didn't quite launch the car the way I wanted to. Was not a smooth launch because I was kind of rushing because there was traffic coming up behind me. I really need my own private racetrack. These public racetracks suck. Too many people in track days. I don't like it. Okay, let's see, acceleration timer. Oh, whoa! 0 to 60, 5 seconds. What was my 60 foot? 60 foot was worse though, 2.4, so it was 2/10 worth on the 60 foot, but I don't know how it managed to get better 0 to 60 by 2/10. 2/10 worth on 60 foot, but 2/10 better 0 to 60. Oh my God, we're really on to something. All right, so we have a nice clear path here. I can take my time launching the car. No one's coming. So I'm gonna just try to roll into it as easy as possible with a little bit of a brake launch. All right, it was still struggling for traction, but let's see. It felt pretty quick, so let's see what that actually ended up being. 60 foot, 2.3, so faster 60 foot, but slower 0 to 60, 5.1. All right. Man, if I was able to launch this car hard and get traction, oh, this thing would be a beast. It just does not have the traction, man. Okay, automatic start. Okay, that felt a little bit slower, but I did get it to hook. So it was a little slow getting off the line because I just kind of have to feather the throttle a lot. Because when boost comes in, it comes in hard, man, and that's when I have traction issues. It's not a linear power band at all. which is really what hurts this car's traction abilities. Let's see, let's look at my times. Okay, but 0 to 60 was 5 seconds. 60 foot, 2.5. Okay, so, this is a tough one. What is my tire temps at? Okay, 27, 28. So they're still where I wanted them to be warm. So that's exactly what I wanted. I can tell you that right now that's not any faster because it spun really hard in second gear. But let's go ahead and look. 60 foot, 2.4, 0 to 60, 4.7 seconds. What? 4.7 seconds. 0 to 60. There we go. Now we're cooking. I can't believe I'm getting excited over 4.7 seconds to 60. Oh my God, I knew this car could do it. Oh. Holy crap, dude. You know what? And that was a hard launch. I think there's probably enough heat in the tires now where they're gripping pretty decent. And I think the car's kind of getting a little heat soaked, so the overall power came down. But the result of the two has come together in my favor because that is the fastest 0 to 60. That is almost. That's about what Ford claims this car can do, but you gotta remember Ford claims that this car can do 4.5 0 to 60 with the Magna Ride and the performance pack. This is a base model, though it does have a little extra power, but not by much. Whoa! All right, we're gonna do a Hail Mary run for our last run here. We're gonna see if we can get any quicker than 4.7 seconds. If not, I am not going home disappointed. So I'm gonna give this car the hardest launch, and we're gonna see exactly. Okay, that was too hard, because all I did was spin off the line. All right. Yeah, it's gripping pretty good as long as you don't launch it too hard. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the results. 0 to 60, 4.9 seconds. Okay, so still 4.7 is going to be our fastest, and I am not at all disappointed in that. And for the most part, 0 to 60 wise right now, unless I was launching it super hard, feels about as fast as the SHO was. So that's nice. It's familiar power. Well, I tell you what, I'm definitely going to sleep easy tonight, knowing what we have accomplished here today. Wow, man, I am, woo! I was not expecting that at all, quite honestly, because I've been struggling with this car so much to kind of prove that it's not as slow as it seems to be on, you know, these timers. But I think we've finally proven that the car has potential. 4.7 seconds, and that's still spinning, mind you. If I can just get this car to launch in boost and hook up, sub 4 seconds 0 to 60 is definitely possible. 1.7, 1.8, 60 foot, it's all very possible with a good street tire, with the current power. It's just all about how you launch the car. Still have to drive the car a little bit. It's not like a Tesla, you just don't put your foot down and it goes. You gotta know when to launch it, how to launch it, what RPM, how quickly to bring the throttle. There's so many variables, but that's what makes it fun. You know, it's how you get to know your car, and quite honestly, the more I drive it, the more I learn about this car, you know, and it's just gonna make me a better driver overall. So I am really excited that this was the results of this video. For once, things went right. But hopefully you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, share with everyone you know. And if you want to see more content like this and you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and keep a lookout for the next true car enthusiast video.